After the game on Saturday, I bet a lot of you can see now why Jalen Milroe was still starting over Ty Simpson. And that's not to say that Ty Simpson is a bad QB, but he definitely needs to work on a few things, which I'll jump right into explaining. So let's hop right into the one of the first plays of the game. So on this play, you see Ty Simpson. He's going to do a throw on the run to Jeremy Bernard. And as you can see, he's rolling out and he's throwing from the right side, which I notice he does like to roll out to his right. That seems to be his preferred way to roll out. And as he's throwing the ball to Jeremy Bernard, he sees the guy is open. That's good. He's throwing the ball to him. He's not hesitating. That's good. The ball is slightly behind, and I'll say a little bit more than slightly because it causes Jeremy to have to stop and catch the ball. And because of that, he has to turn back quite a bit. He falls down to the ground. So instead of getting some rack yards, which is run out the catch, he gets a catch and he falls, and it stops short when it didn't have to be. And the reason why I highlight this immediately to start out is that this is not something that happened once or twice. We saw it a few times in the game, and all that to say, it is something that can be corrected, but it is an issue right now. So let's go to another play. As you're going to see, Ty Simpson rolls out to his right again, but if you notice, he misses his chance to hit tight end number 80, which is Cuervis, on a crosser. So it's like a little mini crossing route coming across the field. And that was nice and open here, and that probably would have gotten a lot more yards, probably would have been a more productive play, but it's a miss. And a lot of these things could maybe be, stacked up to some like first game starting jitters, some things that you can work on, but, this is where we are. And so we'll go a little bit further down. You're going to see Ty Simpson is, in this play, he's a little jittery to start. He's kind of hesitant in the pocket. He looks like he wants to take off. So early on in the game, you can see he wants to use his legs. A lot of people don't realize that Ty Simpson actually was the, I want to say, number 2 dual threat quarterback in the nation coming out of high school. He actually ran for more yards in high school than Jalen Milroe, if I'm not mistaken. So he runs the ball a lot. He's used to running. He's used to using his legs to make a play. And that's something that he has to kind of work out of. But he does see Ryan Williams break to the sideline before he starts to take off. And he delivers a solid pass here. And he actually gets Ryan Williams the ability to get up the field. Solid play. Now, further on in the game, we're at 3rd and 13. We're going to see We're going to see Ty Simpson try to step up here in the pocket. And he gets a sack. I'm going to point out here, he had 2 checkdowns. One of them fell down, and the other one is open. So one of his checkdowns to his right fell down, but the guy got up. And the other guy to the left, I think it's Cuervis again, he's open. And honestly, on this play, 3rd and 13, you got to take it because you're obviously not going to run and get the first down. No point in you trying to force the ball down the field because the pressure's too great here. You got to take your chance underneath and let your guy try to run and get the play. And when I saw the replay, honestly, the tight end had enough space to maybe make a guy miss or at least drag him through for first down because I think he would have gotten at least like 7 yards and maybe he could have made something happen. So you got to take that chance. So it may have been an unlikely conversion, but it's better than taking a sack, which is what Ty Simpson did. So as you can see, I just want to stop here for a second to say, no matter what you might think, the backup quarterback is the backup quarterback for a reason. So these are things that Ty would probably have been showcasing in practice and last year, but people can't see that type of thing, so this is what they ask for until they get it out on the field. So now we're going to see 2 minutes before the half. You're going to have Jeremy Bernard come in motion here before he does a quick out route to the right side. So Ty Simpson's throw, once again, so I'm going to point it out, is behind Jeremy Bernard. It's behind him. And Jeremy Bernard has to turn around completely, stop and try to catch this ball, hits the ground. I'm going to give you a concession because it started to rain really heavily here. So, of course, when it rains, it's harder for the quarterback to throw the ball. It's harder to get a grip. So I imagine that might have an impact on it. But I do need to chart it either way because we do have examples of quarterbacks who are able to make those throws in the rain. Further on in the game, right, I think this is still before the half, we have 4th and 5. And you have Ty Simpson. He has the matchup that he wants here and that he needs with the running back on the motion. And the running back number 28, I believe that's Kevin Riley, 4-star quarterback from the 2024 class, I believe. So it was, ironically, is number 28 on number 28. And if you see the throw, it wasn't quite what it needed to be. Ball placement issues again. If the throw was toward the sideline and upfield, this is a first down. The ball is behind and it's high. So not only does the running back have to turn around to catch the ball, he has to jump. So now you're asking a running back whose primary job is running to stop, turn around, jump to catch the ball, keep his feet, run for the first down while the guy is chasing him down, a DB at that. So he has to jump and spin. And one of the main issues why this happened is that Ty Simpson, if you notice on the replay a little bit, he falls away a little bit. So falling away when you throw is when you don't keep yourself set and throw from your hips, but instead you start to lean away from your throw, and you kind of throw starting to fall backwards, like you're as if you're about to lean back and maybe hit the ground. Ty Simpson does a little bit of that when he makes this throw, and usually when you throw like that, the ball sails high, and that's exactly what we saw on this play, unfortunately, for Ty Simpson. So we're gonna go down just a little bit further here, all right, into later in the game. And this is another example of, I think, Ty just not taking his guy underneath. And so he takes a sack, unfortunately, while he's looking for a big play. And Quavers, once again, is open underneath. You got to take that. You just got to take it because it's 3rd and 15, I believe, on this play. Yep, it's 3rd and 15. And Alabama, he ended up taking a sack and it ended up being 4th and 17. And that's only because the offensive lineman picked up the ball and was able to make a nice run to get some yards back. But if he takes that 3rd and 15, I want to say, Quavers gets about 5, maybe 7 yards here once again, like he would have on a previous play, and it would have been a 4th and kind of a mid-range 4th down. And now it's a decision of, do we go for it on 4th down or do we kick this field goal? Luckily for Alabama, they kicked the field goal anyway and they got 10 points, but you had the option to maybe go for it and put pressure on Florida State if it's a 4th and 5 or a 4th and 7 instead. But they didn't get that chance because Ty Simpson took the sack, unfortunately. So these are just things you got to work on. And then later on in the game, we got a 4th and 7 play. Once again, I'm going to say the check down for the first down is open very quickly, but I'm going to give a concession here again. The pressure is in Ty Simpson's face pretty immediately, so the interior of the offensive line kind of got pushed back a bit. So a lot of bulk from that Florida State defensive line that really they played well in the front. Now, Ty Simpson decides to try to roll out by spinning out to his left and trying to run out. And honestly, he did a fantastic job of doing that. He got away from the defender pursuing him. But he could have scrambled for the first down here. Instead, he looks up. I like the idea of the quarterback not keeping his eyes down and committing to the run before he gets a chance. He's looking up, and he does see Ryan Williams, but so there's two things that happen here. He decides to throw it, and to be fair, he identifies the right guy to throw it to. The ball just doesn't get to where it needs to be. And so, as a result, Ryan Williams has to kind of fall to try to catch it, and he can't, ends up being an incompletion, unfortunately. So, ball placement's off on a throw, on a run. Once again, like I said, we saw that early in the game. Here we're seeing it again. And the second issue is that he made a poor decision here. He was open for the run. He's fast enough. Remember, number 2 dual threat quarterback in the nation out of high school. He had enough speed and ability to run for the first down here on this 4th and 7. Alabama could have kept going. Could have maybe impacted the rest of the game, potentially. So just decision-making has to improve for Ty Simpson as he's continuing to develop and make plays. And once again, I'll say, Ty Simpson is not a bad quarterback. It's just that he obviously has things he needs to work on. So I think it's a little vindication for me. Validation for me last year when people got, Jalen Milroe's a terrible quarterback and you got to put in Ty Simpson. And this is what you should have expected from the beginning. There's a reason why the backup quarterback is the backup quarterback. Ty Simpson was not ready. He has a lot to learn. I think he'll be okay. I think if he continues to develop, he'll be fine. But this is what we have right now. So let me know what you think. I love to hear kind of some of the things you saw in the game as well. Maybe some of the things you see that Ty can improve on. And be on the lookout for the next video where I'll talk about the defense, which I know people have a lot of comments and opinions about that too. So subscribe, like the video, share it with all your friends. See you next time.